Hey, what's up everybody? Mortarman here from MortarmanTV and the Next Gamer Network. And today I'm going to try to explain how the partnership payment system works. For all you partners out there with Broadband TV Gaming and the Next Gamer Network, today is payday. And so every month on the 15th I usually get stormed with emails with questions about payment and things like that. Some of you are very happy and some of you are quite disappointed, and so I'm going to lay it all out there for you and be as honest as I can and tell you exactly how it works and what to expect. So first off, I want to talk about the revenue report. Once you're in the payment system and you have already begun getting payments, you'll receive a revenue report on or about the 1st of every month. It'll either be like the 30th or the 31st if that day has 31 days. Or it'll be on the 1st of the month. So you'll receive that to your YouTube channel email. And on that revenue report, it will have total views, total monetizable views, RPM, which is your rate per month, your CPM, and your total revenue for the month. Now, one thing you can't confuse is monetizable and monetized. A lot of people get those two mixed up, and let me explain that. On your channel, when you're making videos and you're monetizing your videos, you're submitting them to be monetized. And once they're accepted, you know, it shows that it's been claimed, and you assume that your video is monetized, and which it is. But at the end of the day, Broadband TV and YouTube, they look at those views to make sure just how many of those views were actually payable, which were really monetizable, and those are the views that you get paid for. So just because you monetized it doesn't mean that you get paid for it. There are a lot of factors involved in that, factors that are way above my head. But let's talk about mobile views for a second. We do get paid for mobile views, but it's a very tiny percentage. So technically, yes, you get paid for mobile views, but it's such a small percentage that it really doesn't account for much. And so when you look at your revenue report, you know, you may be thinking, "Oh, I got 100,000 views this month," you know, according to Social Blade. But when you get your revenue report, it may say you had total views of, say, 90 to 100,000, which is fine. But the monetizable views may be half of that. They may be 50,000, or even I would probably wouldn't say they'd be less than 50%, but that's usually about right. They usually end up being about half of your total views end up being true monetizable views. It's that way with every network. We all have the same pay structure. I mean, pay system. It all works the same. YouTube is YouTube. Everyone who's in a partnership with whatever network, they're partnered under YouTube. They all have to follow the same rules. So one network is better than the other, except when it comes to maybe the length or duration of the contract and the CPM. As you all know, we have a non-fixed CPM, which is a good thing. I'll get to that in a minute. So once you get your revenue report, then you look there to see what your total monetizable views were and your RPM. Okay, so if you didn't receive your revenue report, well, I'm going to leave an email in the description of the video, which will tell you who you can email and, you know, where to send an email to request a revenue report. I can't give that to you, so you will have to contact them, and I'll put that email link in the description. Now, let's talk about how the payments are delivered to you and the time frame and all that. We call it the payment system. When you become a partner, when you officially join Broadband TV Gaming, that day is your join date, and all of your views from that day forward you'll be getting paid for. Now, the views before that don't count. You don't get paid for any of those because you weren't partnered. So let's say, for instance, you signed a contract with us on the 10th of the month of any or whatever month it is, the 10th. But you didn't get your official invitation to join the network until the 15th. Well, then that's your join date, and that's the day from that day forward that you would get paid for all of your views. Okay, now the pay period starts on the 15th. So if you joined on the 15th, well, then that's good. You joined on the very first day of the pay period, and so the following 15th would be 30 to 31 days that you would be getting paid for. Now, here's the catch. If you joined the network on the 10th of the month, officially joined, say you signed your contract on the 1st or the 5th, and then on the 10th you got your official email to join the network on the 10th, well, the pay period begins on the 15th. So that means there's only 5 days that you'd be getting paid for in that pay period. What's a lot of people don't understand is that it takes 60 days to get your first payment, because Broadband TV pays 2 months behind. They will always pay 2 months behind. It's February, and today I got my payment for December. Okay, and everybody did. Everybody who got paid today got paid for their views in December. So it's 2 months behind. So let's say you signed your contract on the 1st. You officially joined the network on the 10th. The pay period begins on the 15th. There's 5 days that you get paid for. You got to wait 60 whole days to get paid for those 5 days. I know that sucks, but that's just how it falls. If you happen to partner on the 15th, well, then you would get paid for a whole month. 30 days, 60 days after that. So you have to look at what day you officially joined the network, because that pay period is very important. That's the day that it begins. If you got partnered before that, however many days that day is, that adds up to be on the 15th. Well, then that's how many days you get paid 60 days later. So I get a lot of emails on the 15th saying, only got like $10. Well, you probably got paid for just a few days of monetization. That's usually how it ends up. Once they tell me what day they actually join the network, and we look at the calendar, and we can say, okay, well, you only got paid for like 5 days. You had to wait 60 days. But the next pay period, you would get paid for the whole entire month. And look at the RPM on your revenue report, and you will see what your average is. A lot of our partners are getting $2 or more per 1,000 views. I can't guarantee that because it's a non-fixed CPM. Personally, I usually end up, with around $2 myself. We have one of our channels that we own that gets a little over $5, and then we have another channel that got $25 last month. Now, that's a little bit crazy, but it's true. One of our channels did get $25 per 1,000 views last month. But don't expect those kind of numbers. That's exceptional. You should probably try to remain more realistic and know that if you're in the United States or Canada or the UK, your CPM is going to be higher than everyone else. If you live in a small country, how do I say this? Basically, if you live in a small, poor country, your rates are just not going to be that good. That's the bottom line. They're not going to be very good no matter where you are. If you get with a network that guarantees you $1 and you live in Spain, you probably should stay there, because that's the best place. That's the best it's going to get for you. If you live in Germany, your rates are going to be really low there, and your CPM is probably going to be quite low. Anywhere in this southern continents like South America, Chile, and Mexico and stuff like that, the rates are gonna be bad. They're not gonna be very high at all. If you live in North America, then your rates are gonna be good. If you live in the United Kingdom, your rates are gonna be really good. Australia, the rates are pretty fair over there too. They're pretty good in Australia. So a lot of it has to do with where your viewers are. If you live in Mexico, but you speak fluent English and your videos are in English, then you probably have a lot of American viewers or English-speaking viewers, which will actually help your CPM. You'll get a better CPM. But if you're speaking Spanish to Spanish-speaking viewers who live in Latin American countries, then your rates are gonna be low, and we can't help that. That's not anything to do with us. It has to do with the advertiser paying for the ads to play on your videos, and they put ads that are comparable to the countries where you're living. So none of that has to do with us. But if you guys have any questions about the pay, I'll do the best I can to help you. You know, send me an email or contact me on Skype. That's what I'm there for, and I'll do my best to help you understand exactly how this works. I hope you found this video helpful. If you haven't followed me on Twitter already, it's at xmortarman. I'll have the link for that in the description. If you haven't added me on Skype yet and you need partner support, please do so. So yeah, that's it, guys. I'm going to have all my information in the description. Follow me on Twitter. Add me on Skype if you need partner support. This is Joe, or Mortarman, with MortarmanTV and the Next Gamer Network. As always, have a great day, and thank you for watching.